What's up, guys? This is James Blum with MMOHUD.com, and I'm here with some of the developers for DC Universe Online, going to talk exclusively about the new content update for DC Universe. Let us know what's going on.
Sure, absolutely. We got DLC 6 coming up. It's called Home Turf, and it's going to bring player layers to DC Universe Online. So you're going to see people actually getting into their own layers and kind of building their own bat caves.
Nice,
it's going to be cool.
So what are they going to be able to do in their layers?
Well, you know, layers in DC offer a lot of functionality. It's not just a place to hang your cape, although there is a big decoration aspect to it. So first of all, you're going to be able to choose your theme. You're going to be able to choose an entrance to your lair, you know, where it actually is in Metropolis and Gotham City. And then you're going to be able to decorate it. You're going to be able to customize it with all kinds of objects that you find in the world, in the content, in the various instances, and on the various opponents that you're going to be defeating. You're going to earn all these cool items. Players will be able to trade those back and forth between themselves. There are some really rare, cool ones, and some very more common ones. And you can definitely decorate your lair and deck it out with anything you want and get a different kind of theme. All different kinds of themes. I think we have 19 prop styles going in at launch with 10 different lair themes going on, so there's a lot of mixing and matching that can occur. Of course, lairs are a place where you can operate your heroic and villainous operations. You can actually go in and use amenities like your mailboxes or R&D stations, things you'd normally find in the player's safe houses or HQs. You can actually set those up and run them out of your lair, so there's a lot of convenience to it as well. And not to mention, we have actual combat. Lairs are actually play spaces in this game, so you're going to be able to queue up for lair battles. And what that is, it's a 1v1 PvP battle. You're going to queue up, you'll get matched randomly with an opponent, and then the system will decide whether or not you're going to be attacking their lair or defending your lair. So you'll both show up, and depending, it's either might be on your home turf or you might be on their turf. You might be on their turf on that one. So you'll have this battle. The battles are really cool. They actually they're round based, so it's more like an extended, protracted fight. You'll do a duel at the entrance, like right when it starts, and whoever wins that goes into the cinematic where they're going to knock their opponent kind of like down the hall, and then they pursue them, and then boom, the camera ends, and you're both in position to start the second round of the fight. That keeps going until somebody accumulates the number of wins they need to win the match. And so that's lair battles. And then finally, we also have a bunch of content going in for this as well. PvE content. Players will be able to go to all new missions and all new content at Ace Chemicals, Strikers Island, Arkham Asylum, and Steelworks. In fact, we've got 4 new instances in those areas too. We've never let players into the Steelworks before, and this is the first time they're actually going to get to go inside there and see what's going on. So there's a lot in this DLC. That doesn't even cover all of the new styles we're adding, the collections, all of the different bells and whistles that go around that in terms of the rewards that you get. So it's a really big DLC.
So as far as the themes go, back to the layers, as far as the theme goes, what types of themes can we see again? And you said you can mix and match some of those themes?
Yeah.
And how does that associate with your current character? Because I know there's a lot of customization with your character, like you pick your colors, you pick your emblem, and things like that. Does that kind of fall into the layer system?
Hey, let me answer the last part of that first and assure people that you're going to be able to put your emblem all over the place in your lair. So Batman brands everything, right? I mean, I don't think he owns an item that doesn't have a little bat on it somewhere. It's definitely like all over his lair and everything like that.
It's in the sky?
Yeah, even in like the sky.
Yeah.
So that's definitely something we wanted to capture. So there are these placards you can put around and actually put your emblems on the walls and things like that. There's actually tinting that you can do in your lair too. When you initially create your lair and consume that deed and go inside of it, we actually have your colors for your character are defaulted in the trim around the lair. Now you can go in later. Your palette for your lair is separate from your palette for your character, so you can change it up and do whatever you want with it. But we do default it, so you really get this sense of like, this is my place. I have my emblem on the wall. I can tint it and color it like my character is, or I can just get really creative and cut across the grain on that and really make the colors suit the environment rather than suit sort of my theme. As far as themes go, you're going to be able to choose things like sewer, cave, penthouse, industrial, bunkers, like a military bunker. Prop styles are going to fall under like Eastern, dojo, gymnasium, casino, funhouse, like all kinds of weird things like that. Luxury kind of mansion-like items and things like that. artifacts from museums. Like we have this big giant stuffed woolly mammoth that you can get, and a saber-toothed tiger. You know, and players can trade these things back and forth as they find the rarer ones. So there's just a lot of customization, a lot of personalization that you can do in the layers. I think one of the coolest things about it is that our entrances for the layers are actually persistent in the world. So when you consume a deed and you get your first house, you choose what theme you want. If it's a sewer, then you have to actually select a manhole or a grate in somewhere in Metropolis or Gotham City that's the entrance. If it's a penthouse, you go to one of the skyscrapers and select one of the entrances that are on those. So you really get this sense of place and a sense of sort of your turf in the cities. So it's really cool.
Hence the name.
Yeah, home turf.
Hence the name. So when you're doing these PvP battles inside your home turf or your lair, you were mentioning something earlier in the panel talking about how with all the items in your environment, in the lair, some of those items get destroyed during that. But what happens to that? I mean, you have to go back in there and reset up your entire lair?
No, definitely not. That would be really mean. I think people, there would probably be some griefers out there that would actually just, rather than winning the battle, run around and destroy everything in your house and then lose on purpose. So, no, what we did was we made sure that, people who love decorating their lair, customizing their lair, that they weren't going to be, deterred from queuing for the battles that could happen in there. So, as you collect stuff, if you want to put a couch down that you have, you can put it down. If you want to put a second couch down, you need a second couch. You can't, just copy and paste that couch everywhere. So after you've found all this stuff and decorated it, you queue up for a battle, and it starts getting destroyed during these things. When the battle's over and you queue back up into your lair, you come back in, it'll all be there. It'll all be reset. Okay, so imagine, I guess you got a little Alfred behind the scenes that comes in and sweeps it up or something like that. Puts everything back in its place and like it never happened. So yeah.
So I can imagine with all these customized items that you can put in your lair that you can really utilize the Sony player system where they create their own items and put them in game.
It's interesting. Right now, that system just came online. We haven't tapped into it yet, but the lair system is perfect for it. So we'll work out the details with that with the home office, I suppose.
Okay.
But that just launched, and I know that a lot of the titles for SOE are going forward and embracing that. DC is sort of exploring that right now.
Mm-hmm.
We do have at launch, right now at my office, there's like 1,000 prop items that are on this cork board. We're gonna be choosing the coolest ones of those and putting them into home turf. I don't have an exact number yet, but it's going to be in the hundreds in terms of the items that you can get and collect. So there's a lot to collect in there.
Nice. Well, I think that's pretty much all I have. When can we see this come out?
Well, DLC 6 Home Turf is probably going to hit the game in early 2013. I don't have an exact date for you yet, but it won't be coming out at Christmas. We have a lot of holiday time and things like that. People going away at that time, and we don't want to drop a DLC on folks and then have everyone go off on vacation. So we're going to just hold it till the beginning of 2013 when everybody's back in the office and get it out to the players.
That works. Is there anything else you want to say about DC Universe Online?
Well, it's free to play your way. There's really no barrier to entry right now. If you haven't given it a try on the PS3 or the PC, just go to our website, DC Universe Online, and download it. It's totally free, and I know you're going to like what you experience. It's a great experience. Play a hero or villain, create your own character, get in alongside some of the greatest heroes and villains in comic book history. Gotham City, Metropolis. I don't know what more there is to say. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate your time. And
thank you.
Thank you. Good luck.
Right. Thanks.